The Influence Tribe, episode number 24.
And you can do this part-time. You can work a full-time job, but I said, you just got to find time slots in your day. It took me 4 years to cut a profit. You can't just expect, in 90 days, you're going to be making all this money. It's just not realistic.
Hey, Influence Tribe, you can take away every tool in my business, but the one thing I can't live without is my email list. Aweber is the #1 trusted autoresponder for over 120,000 small business, network, internet, and affiliate marketers. Now, right now, you have the opportunity to try out your first month for free. Just go to theinfluencetribe.net, click on the Aweber banner to get started today. Get your prospects to know, like, and trust you with the best autoresponder out there. Head on over to theinfluencetribe.net today and click on the banner to claim your first month for free.
If you want success in internet marketing, you just have to follow what real internet marketers do.
Now, what do I have to do to get you into this website today?
Right here, you're going to learn strategies, tips, and inspiring stories from up-and-coming internet marketers and current rock stars. Welcome to the Influence Tribe, presented by your hosts, Miguel Fuentes and Scott Lindstrom.
Nice, huh?
Hey, how's it going? This is Scott Lindstrom, and you are on the Influence Tribe show. I want to go ahead and welcome to all our viewers that happen to be seeing this live on theinfluencetribe.com. Please put your comments and questions below in the comments box. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And for everybody that happens to be listening right now on our podcast, we want to welcome you as well. If you're getting value from our weekly show, be sure to head on over to iTunes, like, subscribe, and give us a 5-star review. Before we jump onto the show, I just got to know, Linda, are you ready to become a massive influencer tonight?
Yes, I'm ready.
Awesome. See, Linda is a returning guest when we were actually the Dream Team, and you can see that episode by going over to YouTube, type in The Influence Tribe in the search box, and then go to episode number 6, where you can see the interview that we first had her on as a guest. A lot's happened in Linda's business since our last interview. Now, just to give a little background on her, she was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and she currently lives in Glen Mills, Pennsylvania. She was first introduced to MLM back in 2011, and then 2 years later, she found MLSP, or My Lead System Pro. Now, some of her accomplishments that she has had is that she was in profit within her first 30 days in business and rank advanced twice. She likes to use a combination of solo ads and social media to generate her leads for her business, and we look forward to hearing all about her strategies. But before we do, I want to go ahead and head on over to my co-host, Mr. Miguel Fuentes, who is going to tell you what the Influence Tribe is and how you can be a part of this awesome community. Miguel, take it away, sir.
Woo! Guys, I'm super duper stoked tonight. I'm very, very excited to have Linda back with us this evening. I've been following and watching her progress on Facebook and all over the place, and she has just absolutely just been crushing it, pulling down lead numbers like I don't think I've seen before. Like, I see those numbers and I'm like, holy moly, how did she do that? Before I bring her out, I'm going to ask her to share her story, where she came from, where she's going. Let's learn about her and how she came to be where she is. Guys, I want to let you know the Influence Tribe is here to help you do exactly that. We are here to help you create some influence in your world, in your life, and in your business, because that's what this is all about at the end of the day. This is about becoming a leader. At the core of leadership is influence, the ability to influence others, to make the right decisions, to guide them to the right direction, and create the success that they want, the success that you want. So if you're listening to this right now, and if you're watching on the influencetribe.com, there is a big yellow button on the side of the page that says, yes, I am ready to get results. I'm ready to start working with a leader who can show me exactly how to do this, just like Linda. And guys, if you're watching this on influencetribe.com, click that yellow button, take the $10 test drive, lock arms with a leader that can show you the way. So with that being said, guys, Linda, please come out, share your story. Just let us know who you are.
Okay. Well, you did actually, Scott did his homework, but I was born in Philadelphia and raised outside the city there. I started looking in 2011 for ways to make money online after I've lost 2 jobs in the last 5 years. That was the first job I lost. Couldn't find another one and started working online, not having a lot of success. And actually, I didn't even find this space until 2012 when I fell on Facebook. But I lost a lot of money. I ended up in foreclosure. I was broke. I pissed off my family and friends. I found, to actually stay alive, a part-time job in a call center, making $12 an hour. That actually eventually lost that job. And now, I mean, I'm full-time. I've now had my first, four-figure days. Been able to, in my primary company, I was in profit my first 26 days and ranked advanced twice. And I've now actually more recently, I did hire somebody privately to coach me, and I started getting into paid advertising. Had some really good success with solo ads. And Facebook ads is a whole other animal. You've got to master that skill. But I like it too, because new people coming in, you can kind of give them something that they can be generating leads, right out of the gate. Because I know for me, it was like 3 or 4 years of just, really working hard, but not, I didn't have an advertising budget, struggling. And then when I got into MLSP, that was kind of a turning point for me. But I know a lot of people struggle with the lead generation. They don't have enough people to talk to. Inside MLSP, we have plenty of training to show you how to use something like Facebook, which I've done that too. But I've really been able to start to automate some things, because now I'm I'd like to have some more time for me and family rather than working, like 8, 10, 12, 15 hours a day. And I think that's what most of us got in here for. But yeah, it's been really, I'm loving it, not having, any kind of job. I don't know how I worked at a job for as long as I did, because and the autonomy that when you want to go do something, you can do that. But that's really, I'm kind of doing a mix of network marketing and affiliate marketing. They're two different animals. Most of us, I think, we're doing both. But I ranked advanced a couple times in MLSP, and I'm actually, I already qualified for L3. I just need a couple more. I'll hit L3 soon, too. Cool, right?
Congratulations. That's awesome. That's really cool. Holy cow. That's been the blockbuster year.
Yeah, it has been. And too, going full time now. And actually, I was in it when you guys contacted me first. I was at an event 2 weekends ago in Tampa. It's an affiliate program I got involved with Dave Sharp. That I'm actually having some really good success with that. It's he makes some killer funnels. Killer. Between the traffic, the good traffic, and a high converting funnel. If I can automate anything, I want to.
It's a good strategy. It definitely saves you some time on your day. With that being said, what was kind of the hardest part about making the transition to being full-time? Or was it hard? Or were you just ran out the door and knew exactly what to do from day one?
It was, I kind of was forced into it again because I lost the second job. I really wasn't ready for it at that moment, but I feel like I do better in those situations. If the job was only $12 an hour, so unemployment was like nothing, but it gave me more time actually because I had the whole day. I only had a few hours a day when I was working the job. So I've been able to take some time to learn some new things. I hired somebody to work with, coach me, which I didn't really have the time to do it before. And if you're going to hire somebody to coach you, you want to have the time to take what you're learning. So, at first it was a little bit of because I was I didn't expect this job, it was one of those things. I walked in and they handed me my papers and I was out of there in 5 minutes. It was really a shock. But afterwards, the first time I kind of thought, I think this is just the best thing because it was right before the summer. And I thought, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. And, it was a little adjustment, but now it's okay. It is, it's worked out. I always telling Scott that I think things happen for a reason.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. I love that story. It is a gift if you look at it that way.
It is. It is. No, I even losing the first job, it took me a while to get, to realize that. And I spent a lot more time with doing personal development. And one of my mentors, Doug Fireball, I'm on his team in my MLM, hanging around him and his wife. I don't know if you know Doug at all, but Doug's one of the most humble people I've met. For somebody that's had the success that he has, to be able to learn from him. So it's all good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
Talk to us about the value of coaching. How good was that for you in your business to be able to commit to it full time, be able to do everything that your coach said?
It was really amazing because I know at first I was so broke. I just didn't really, I couldn't even think of that. And just to be able to get, had that time, especially the one-on-one time, because, we all do a lot of stuff in groups. We're talking to people in Facebook groups. And it's just different to have somebody that you can send, like the presentation I've been working on for webinars, to send it to somebody and they look at it and then they look at your recording and say, and just give you feedback. So, because webinars, that's another skill. And somebody looking at your recording can point things out to you. I mean, like I'll notice things after I get off, oh, I should have done that. But for somebody else to do that for you, I mean, to me, it made a huge difference. I think if you're ever in a situation, you should do that because it's kind of take you to the next level.
Absolutely. What is the next level for Linda Bomba? Where are you headed next?
Well, I mean, I really want to, at this point, get to a point where I'm working a few hours a day because I'm still working a lot of hours, and to see how many people I can impact. Because it's so cool because now I just kind of have people coming to me. I don't want to say I don't have to work because you still do. You know how in the beginning you just feel like, if anybody would sign up with you, you take it, and it's kind of like you can start to get picky. You get a better quality of a person. I just, because I get, people are, like today I had somebody that I've talked to him a couple times, but he ended up signing up with me in something. He said, I saw a video you did. And I've got a lot of videos out there. I've cut like over 1,300 at this point. And I said, which video? Because he was like, I said, which video did you see? And that's just kind of cool because we talked on the phone for about 10 minutes and then he signed up. And it was like when I first got online, that just wasn't possible. You know what I mean?
Hey, Linda, real quick, I wanted to ask, you've got so many videos and I know that they get a lot of views. Which are the type of videos that get the most views?
The how-to ones, and that's most of mine. They're less than 3 minutes and just kind of showing you how to do something. And I took a thing that Mark Harbert taught on one of the Wednesday webinars where you can rank videos without doing any SEO backlinking. And at one point, I just took a notebook. I got a bunch of keywords and I just started cutting them. And I've probably got about 6 to 12 now. I've got one that's got over 60,000 views. I didn't do any backlinking, and it's sitting on the first page on Google for that keyword. So that's really kind of cool because that's what's getting, I'm getting on average about 500 views a day on my channel. I get anywhere from like a couple to 10. I'm getting every week, I'm getting leads, I'm getting new subscribers and the views. So and then comments, people are coming to those videos that are out there. I'd like to be getting more traffic from YouTube, but the fact that I just decided to take that strategy and try it because most people, you spend a ton of time with the SEO and the backlinking. And that's a whole other thing. I didn't want to hire somebody. So, I really like to be getting more, but I think too, the more people that come to my channel, I'm going to get more. So, and I still think YouTube, I'm doing Facebook Lives too, but your YouTube videos are like little pieces of real estate. They stay out there. The Facebook Lives go down your news feed. They upload and then they're just kind of, they're just not there. So I still think YouTube is important.
Very important, very relevant. We've had, for just a little shameless plug here, I suppose. Nathan Lucas came out and did a YouTube training for us for the Influence Tribe not too long ago here on this podcast. And that continues to be one of our highest downloaded podcasts to this day. It's still right up there, number 1 or 2 in leading the number of podcasts. So yes, YouTube, big time.
And they are saying YouTube's going to overtake Google at some point in terms of, views and people coming to it. And now everybody's doing Facebook Lives. When it first came out, and now everybody, you get on Facebook, you look in your news feed, it's one after another. I still think YouTube is, going to stay around, and we'll see what happens with Facebook Live. But
through the time, you've gone through some adversity. How did you keep yourself in the game through all of this?
Some of the stuff I had going on. My one brother passed away last year. It was, I had moments I just didn't. I didn't stop completely, but I had to take more breaks. And then losing another job that I didn't expect. It was really. I'm dealing with my siblings. There's 7 of us, and some of my siblings can be a little. I have a twin too. They can be a little hard to get. We're all getting older, and there's a lot of us. So that was because I was trying to be respectful of everybody. But I just, for me, it's always. There's never been a plan B. I never had, and I think that's one of the things that's pushed me because I didn't want to lose my house. I lost some relationships that were important to me. But I got to a point where I think, I got obsessed with this. I really did. I still am. And when I knew, I knew from the beginning the potential here. I'm not really, because I didn't know anybody personally until I got on Facebook, but I saw the potential here. I mean, when you see what some people are doing, it's just like, look at Rob Four. I mean, he had cancer, in foreclosure, he was homeless at one point, and I can't imagine going through chemo and trying to do this, because you just get so, I mean, I worked in cancer research. So, I mean, I think sometimes that pushes people, where people that still, they don't have that, like, I don't know how I'm going to pay my mortgage. I don't know how I'm going to feed my kids. I mean, for me, it really pushed me. In a way, it was a gift, a blessing.
Back against the wall, that's the time to fight.
Yeah.
For sure. What advice do you give to people that are in that situation now? And maybe if they don't realize they're in that situation, how do you help them get through that as an entrepreneur? As an entrepreneur, you've got to keep your nose on the grindstone.
I mean, a lot of people that I mean, on my MLL, I've got a pretty good team. I've got a couple hundred people under me. It's funny because, people will call me and they'll start belly aching. Oh, I'm not making any money, but they're really not. I mean, they're really not doing what they need to do, and they're not in a situation, like they have a full-time job, or they're, there's not in this like dire situation. I keep and you can do this part-time. You can work a full-time job, but I said, you just got to find time slots in your day that you could make some phone calls or maybe email your list. And, just kind of, and then they'll say, well, you don't have a full-time job. And I said, I did. And when I was working a full time, I said, I take a break. Like if I took a 15-minute break, I'd make some phone calls. I listened to personal development in my car at lunch. I mean, I would go out and sit in my car and make phone calls. I could get on Facebook because of my phone. And I said, you just got to find, and even like when you're waiting, if you're sitting at a doctor's appointment, you got kids and you're waiting to see the doc. I mean, you're going to sit there for at least 20 minutes. You could do something on Facebook. Just trying to encourage people that if I can do it, that they can do it. And it's, if they see me, and I've been sharing my story more for a while. I didn't really say anything. And I've been getting people messaging me saying, I saw your video, saw your thing. I was about to quit. You inspired me. And if I can inspire one person to keep going, because I think that's what happens. Most people get in this, they quit. And you can't, it took me 4 years to cut a profit. You can't just expect, in 90 days, you're going to be making all this money. It's just not realistic.
We kind of get sold that a little bit at times of big, fast money, and you don't really see it. You don't see what's going on behind the scenes, obviously.
Right.
For those of us that do work full time, and maybe some of us that are new at full time, like what's the correct amount of effort? Like how much time do you got to throw down every single day?
Well, I tell people, if you can do between 7 and 10 hours a week. Now you may have more time on the weekends, because I had more time on the weekends when I was working, and I would do things like I'd schedule blog posts so I wouldn't have to worry about in the week, or like if I was emailing my list, I'd have a couple ready to go. The only thing I'd have to do is go in and send them. So if you have more time, like on a Saturday or Sunday, or maybe one night of the week, or maybe you would prefer to do an hour every day or 2 hours. But I said, if you can kind of space it out and do, 10 hours is good, I think, for somebody working full time. And I guess I was so used to it, because before I got into this, I put myself through college and worked a full time job, and that was a lot of work. But I think this is 10 times more work. I do. I'm being real. I don't like to tell people, you just put an hour in a week and you're good.
Linda, what would you say, like for those people, like 10 hours a week, right? You can't quite hit 4, but you can do 2, 5 days a week, right? 10 hours a week. What are you going to tell someone to focus on? What should you focus on? Should you focus on connecting? Should you make videos? What should we focus on?
The 3 things I would tell you to do is meet 10 new people a day. You can do Facebook, whatever, offline, email your list, and create a piece of content. And if you can do those 3 things every day, because consistency is another thing. And for me, the videos, me cutting a video every day, that's what really put me out there. I just put short 3-minute how-to videos, and people were finding me on YouTube, and then I was loading them on, uploading them on my fan page. But if you could do those 3 things every day, and because that won't really take you that much time. Probably the 10 meeting, and if you can't do 10 people, do 5. because I mean, it's, you know, I'm when I'm on Facebook looking for people, I'm looking for people who are active. You might go to a couple people's profiles and they haven't been on in a year. You don't want to try to connect with them.
Right.
But if you can't do 10, do 5, or even, I mean, if you can only do 2, I mean, it's gonna take you longer because it's slower. But if you can do those 3 things every day, I call them 0-level marketing.
Hey, Linda, on your videos that you would do and cut these how-to videos, let's say it was like how to get leads using Facebook Live, would you send people to a capture page specifically about Facebook Live, or what kind of capture page or you would send them to?
I usually, with something like that, I'd send them to my newsletter, depending on the subject. Now, like today I did one about Facebook, your accounts manager on your fan page, that I'd send them to, like, I have a Facebook cheat sheet, depending on, and a lot of mine are about Facebook, but I either sent them to my newsletter or something like that, a cheat sheet.
Linda, what would you say is your proudest moment in network marketing or your business?
When I hit critical mass. And actually,
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I'm under Diane Hockman in MLSP, and she put in our Facebook, we have a private Facebook group, she tagged me, she put it in the group. That's how she told me, because I wouldn't have known. And I was kind of laughing. I said, really? I said, and she said, yeah. And I said, well, what exactly? I wasn't sure what it meant. And she was like, well, it means you have people coming to you. And she kind of explained it to me. And I was like, wow. I mean, she didn't put that out on the main part of Facebook. I don't think it probably, but that was like when I was like, what? Because at that point, I mean, I had been at this for a while. And you do get to, you know, I'm sure you guys have felt this way. You kind of get to a point where, like, I mean, I've wanted to quit a million times. I wanted to throw my computer out the window. I've wanted to tell everybody, you know, if I was never going to cut another video, I was never going to send another email, I wasn't coming back on Facebook. And it's, you know, you still have moments like that. So that was probably one of my proudest. And when I actually hit L1 and L2 in MLSP, you know how when they put it in the group and everybody's coming, that group, the community is just, oh, you know, great, congratulations. It just feels so good. You know, you get on this high. You do.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, no, you do. I 100% agree. It's amazing. The community that we are a part of is just, wow. They are incredible with the amount of energy and just love that they show for everybody doing something in their business. It's awesome.
It is.
Linda, what is 1 or 2 of your favorite quotes?
From Jim Rohn, you don't have to get it right. You just have to get it going. And another one of his is, in order for things to get better, you have to get better. Because that is so true. That is true. I've got a lot of them, but those 2, I really like Jim Rohn.
That's awesome. And that's so true.
We're going to get right back to our show. But first, just a quick important announcement.
Hey, what's going on, Influence Tribe? Do you want 2017 to be the game changer in your business? Then you need to attend this event called Live the Dream in Austin, Texas on August 11th through the 13th. This is an awesome 3-day event where you can learn from multiple 6- and 7-figure income earners. Now, right now, you have the opportunity to save up to $200 with the early bird special price. It's very simple. Just head on over to ltd.theinfluencetribe.net. That's ltd.theinfluencetribe.net.
Are you getting tons of value?
Oh, yeah.
See, we told you. Be sure to head over to iTunes to like and subscribe. The Influence Tribe.
Linda, what is one habit that's helped you become successful in your business?
Being consistent. Absolutely.
And that's Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, and your situation, because how many times, I mean, I've had the sheriff at my front door a couple times. I've had people calling me because I owed them money. I didn't have heat in my house for a couple days. It was February here. It was freezing. And I didn't have money to get the heater fixed. You just don't want to be back in that situation. And I don't know if you guys follow Amber Voigt at all, but she grew up on welfare, and she tells a story, and I can really relate to this. Her father used to take her to dumpsters. They needed food. She would climb up on the side of the dumpster, and he would hold her by her ankles while she went in looking for food in the dumpster. And when I heard that, I was like, wow. I mean, and she was on welfare for a lot of her life. And then she said when she had kids, she didn't want her kids to have to go through that. And I haven't eaten garbage, but I've eaten expired moldy food.
Linda, what would you say, because leaders are readers, give us 1 or 2 of your books that you would recommend that you've read in the last 6 months?
Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. I don't know if it wasn't published in 2011, but it was written decades ago. It's so controversial. If you haven't read it, you should get a copy of it. And I would say GoPro, Eric Warrior's GoPro. I've read that a bunch of times. I mean, some of that I've memorized. I could repeat it. It's scary. Well, his If I Would You.
Yes, the legendary comment came out of that book. It's everywhere.
Right. And I've used that when I call leads. That it just kind of spits out of me now. But those two, I mean, there's so many good books out there. But
what is one of the best pieces of advice that you've ever received as it's related to your business?
Be yourself. Because I think a lot of people in this space, they try to, they see somebody else doing something and it works for them. So they figure, I'll try it. I mean, this is a monkey see, monkey do business. It is. And then, because I see people, they'll take something I posted on Facebook and take basically the same thing and maybe put a different image. And I'm thinking, okay. And then they're kind of scratching their head why they see me getting all these likes. And I try to tell people, when I first got on Facebook, I put stuff on my timeline. It was crickets.
Give us an idea of why that happens.
With the copying?
Yeah, okay, like if, I couldn't do the same strategy as somebody else. If I went and copied what they did and I got crickets and they got money, what's the difference?
I think because I was just talking to somebody on my team about that, and I didn't want to, and I don't really care. I mean, you don't want to copy somebody word for word, but I think people, for me, I got to a point where there's a lot of noise in this space. And I know for a long time, I just couldn't, somebody would say, go do this. I would just go do this, say, go get this course, and now I just listen to my gut and most of the people, and a lot of the gurus will say, go do this. And they're off doing it. They can't think for themselves. So they see somebody else making money, having success, and they figure if I do what they do, I can make money and I'll have people coming towards me. And I try to tell people, I said, it's accumulation of time. Somebody that's been with me for over a year, she's with us in MLSP. She's been over a year. I don't think she's gone into her account. I said, if you don't go back there and look at what you have, I said, there's stuff back there that I know you don't realize what you've got your hands on. And, you come on Facebook and you'll post about your dog and stuff. But if you don't, I said, you got to be out there doing stuff. And I said, you could follow me all the time and do everything I do, and it's not going to work for you. And I said, people want to know who you are. People want to know your story. And I said, if you're doing what I'm doing, you're just, they say about the fakers and the posers and that. And that's what I really kind of think's going on, because you see, I laugh about it, but on Facebook, somebody will take one of those posts about, Facebook's not showing my, my post.
I only have 10 friends and 3 of them, only 3 of them like this post.
Right.
Please help me. And
then you look down your news feed, and in 3 days, you see the same thing 25 times. And I think people see, because they see somebody post that and they're getting all this engagement. So I think that, it's Facebook, and people can be really funny. I guess they think, oh, well, I'll do what you do. And I kind of want to say, well, I told you to kind of look at my timeline and kind of get the mix of what I'm doing. I said, I don't, it's kind of 80-20. I may do a quote or something like that. But because there's a lot of people too on Facebook, they'll take their MLM, they'll take a picture of the product. And that kills engagement. I try to tell people not to do that and say, hey, here's this great product. You can lose, 30 pounds in the next 30 days. And they post that on, and that repels people. If you look at the posts that really get engagement, they're ones, about lifestyle, or there was that one about the guy that he asked his girlfriend to marry him. It went viral. That was going around for 10 days, and it had 700-800 likes, and it was just, he put at the top her picture with the ring and said, she said yes. That's the kind of stuff, it was an awesome post, and the thing, it kept going around, and that's what people are looking for. They're not looking, they don't want to join your business. They don't want to do your product. Those are the kinds of posts on Facebook that get the most engagement.
Hey, Linda, share with us a moment in time in your business where you were struggling and that you had that aha moment. I'd like to hear how you went ahead and overcame one of those times in your business.
If I go back to early 2015, I was really, wasn't making any sales or anything, and I was working really hard. and I joined it's mindset stuff, and on one of the calls, I kept hearing the same thing, like all I did was listen to audios. I mean, when I wasn't, when I didn't need my ears, and that just kind of a bell went off, and I thought, I got to start doing that and the reprogramming your subconscious. And so I started downloading stuff on my iPod. And after I started doing that, because if you listen to people here, some of the words they use, and I'll use the term universe, how much of that is a part of this? And most people, when you come into this space, if you're not doing personal development, I mean, there really is something, if you ask somebody, do you think that really successful people know something that most people don't? And I think the answer to that is yes. But when I started really plugging in, I mean, I kept hearing that over and over again. Oh, all I did was listen to audios. I was, working on my mind, and that kind of just, because I used to get on a 15-minute wake-up call. You can't, I think you should, but you can't just get on a 15-minute wake-up call and think that you're going to reprogram your subconscious. That was like an aha moment for me, for sure.
No, you should probably definitely cut out things like the television.
I hardly watch it anymore. I don't listen to the radio in my car.
Don't get me wrong. Some programs you can't live without, but
right. And if you have kids, no, I mean, television. I mean, I still have one, but I hardly ever watch it anymore. It's all junk. I mean, if I need to know the weather, I can go I have an app on my phone.
I'm very, very grateful that Linda was able to spend this time with us tonight. She's an absolute rock star and a friend to our community, and we're so happy to have her. But I just want to take a second and just remind you guys, we are a part of a community that can help you create success like this. The way that Linda has created her success, the way that we are creating our success, you can become a part of that community if you're watching this on the influencetribe.com. As always, make sure you click the yellow button on the side of the page. It says, yes, I want to get results. Yes, I'm ready to work with a leader who knows what they're doing and can show me how. Click that button, take your $10 test drive, lock arms with one of us, and let's go. Let's run. Let's do this thing. Let's get
the best
busy.
decision you'll ever make. Get with Scott and Miguel. Do it now.
Hey, Linda, here's the $1 million question for this evening. Okay. You've lost all your income, but you have all the knowledge that you currently possess. If you had to start all over again, what would you do in your business to start getting immediate results?
Wow, that's a good question. I would get out there, put myself out there, start creating content, start meeting people, and definitely start doing mindset stuff, working on my mind.
I love that.
Right, nothing else will matter.
Right.
Yes, that's huge. It's huge. I remember when I first got started in this industry, I did not do that. And I didn't understand how or why I needed to do that in the beginning. All I knew was I was like, these guys said call all these people and do all this stuff. So I did. It was like, well, I did exactly what they said, and now I don't have anything. So it's so crucial. If you're new in this industry, if you are new, start a regimen of personal growth and development. It will change not only your life, but your business for sure.
For sure.
Linda, do you got any parting words for our audience, or words of wisdom, or the best advice, and how can people get in contact with you?
My best advice is find a mentor that you trust and you resonate with, and so into them for at least 3 months. And they can contact me at my blog. It's lindabomba.net, and I'm on Facebook. Success with Linda Bomba.
You know, folks, you are a product of the 5 closest people that you hang out with. And tonight you've been hanging out with Linda Bomba. Linda, thank you so much for coming on tonight, and God bless you.
Thank you guys for having me. I'll talk to you soon.
Good night, everybody.
Right. Good night.
Thank you for joining us today at the Influence Tribe. All right, here's what you got to do. Run, don't walk. Over to the influencetribe.net for recaps of every show, training, and helpful resources. Make no mistake, your internet marketing success is waiting for you. Head to the website and prepare yourself to become a massive influencer.